What's up, everybody? Hey, once again, Matt Grudel and Dina Watson. We are here today, and we get to share an agent that we've known for a few years now, that we know and we love, John Ford. Man, we are pleased to have you here today. We get to talk to you. John, do us a favor. Introduce yourself, where you're at, and the areas that you service.
Well, I am in Manassas, Virginia. Any of you who are Civil War buffs, this is the site of the Battle of Bull Run. You can't shake a stick or drop a rock unless you're, hidden somewhere that has some Civil War,
Yeah.
yeah, Civil War experience. Um, I love it here. It's still cold, and I service Manassas and the greater Prince William County. Our footprint's pretty big. So far south is Fredericksburg, as far north as Alexandria, uh, and out west to Front Royal and Luray and Winchester.
So if you're going to Northern Virginia, you probably cover it.
Yes, yes.
How many
Absolutely.
miles you got on your car? That's a lot of miles.
Ooh, thousands.
Thousands. All right, so do us a favor, right? This is moving the military, and you're one of our vetted agents. Tell us about your ties to service in the military.
Oh, that's easy. From birth, I was born into the Army. My father was a Vietnam vet, so I was born on after his first tour. My brother was born after his second tour of Vietnam. He was career military. So, I love to tell folks, I grew up Army and went into the Army with no break in service.
Yeah.
So from 1966 to my retirement in 2015, it's been military in many shapes and forms. I even when I was in the Army Reserve from 1996 to 2015, I served as a civilian Marine Corps police officer. So, you know, I love doing my volunteer work. Uh, I live I live literally right next to Quantico Marine Corps base. So
Oh,
yeah, whenever they have their fun playing, you know, playing with their weapons, I feel it and hear it.
Yeah.
yeah, we own a house. We own a couple homes, but one of the homes we own at Bragg is out by the back training areas. And twice a year, the Marines roll in, blow us up too, shake all of the stuff off the walls, all the new cracks in the drywall come from the Marines. And I'm like, could they not go somewhere else and practice? They got to come here. And yeah, so I totally understand that. And they don't have
I'm
a schedule. There's no quiet
I'm
hour.
right there. I'm right there with you. My sister was born at Fort Bragg. You know, my dad, uh, my dad used to run some missions at Pope. As a matter of fact, there's a picture that I have on my Facebook page of me and my brother on the backside of the Pope airfield.
Yeah. Now it's just a little, it looks like the gate that used to be the gate into Pope looks like this little guard shack that's been abandoned and it's like now a little turnabout, you just have to drive around it, but cool.
So, John, military from 66 all the way to 2015, and still today, still have that passion. What was it about real estate that attracted you to this profession?
Well, I was doing logistical sales before this, and the company I worked with went bankrupt. I had always had a passion for real estate, and my better half, who's always made great decisions for our family, said, "Hey, why don't you try real estate? You've always loved homes, you love the business, so why don't you try?" So um, I was at a Wreaths Across America event at a local cemetery, and after the event, we were all gathered together talking about the wreaths replaced and stuff that we've done. Well, one of the folks that was there, Air Force retired, said, "Hey, if you're interested in real estate, come talk to me. Right place, right time,
Yeah.
right interest, right motivation." Like, hey,
And I was gonna say right uniform because we've seen you at Reese Across America a couple times and you got your uniform on. So
That's it.
yep.
that's That's cool.
So
So
It's the entire Ford family.
yeah, well, I know the whole Ford family comes with their uniforms on to wreaths across
they
America,
they
so
they
you can't
come to
be hit.
represent.
Well,
Yeah,
my wife was there.
yeah. I know we've met her a couple times,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Okay, so but you're like, okay, this job's shutting down, things are going on, man. Like literally, I've been interested, right place, right time, all those different things. I decided I'm going to jump into real estate. Now, as a real estate professional, you can service any client you want, and you service a lot of different clients. But what makes the military niche so special and something that you actually pour your time into?
This is my heart and soul. Again, it's in my DNA. Um, I love talking to the kids when when they come to the open houses, especially the Army kids. I love telling them the stories. You know, um, I say I have been there and done that. I have been that kid going to a brand new place and looking where the heck am I? Oh, like I want that bedroom or that bedroom because I ask the kids, well, which bedroom do you want for yourself? Always they want the parents, but getting out there and networking and talking to customers and clients that you know that I've actually you know walked on the same dirt or chewed the same dirt really. Um, those been there and done that stories. You know, they're my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it special. I've wore your boots. I've unpacked your
Yep,
boxes. It makes it special. It fills your gas tank all the time.
that's
So
correct. I've dug in at the waste burning pit.
awful. That's the one thing I just could not. There's many things I couldn't imagine about being in the military myself, but that's one of them. That's high on the list. But anyway, let's not go down that bunny trail because that'll make a really shitty interview. But anywho, so when it comes to real estate with you've been in their shoes, you've done what they're going to do and all of the things, it's kind of this idea of I'm the mentor that's walked your road and I'm going to turn back and help you walk it in a better way than I could. What is the advice that if somebody were watching this and they were newly minted in the military, they've got that 20-year road ahead of them, as the position that you are in today as it pertains to real estate, what would you hope that they learn sooner rather than later?
financial accounting, financial accounting, discipline. Um, if you want to make the military a career, that's great. Turn that to your benefit. Um, ask questions.
Mm,
You know, to this day, I go to veteran networking events, and people have the same questions. How can I use my VA loan? They think they can only use their VA loan once, which is not true. Some feel that they can't make a life outside of the military using their VA benefits. I mean, we all well understand and know our our family of service members that have turned their military career, have gone into real estate and become millionaires and
Yeah.
living well.
yeah. Why do you think
So that's
like
part of paying that forward.
yeah, and I sometimes I have a hard time with that to where like we are in real estate and we understand the military to millionaire concept. Why do you think so many people have just no I find it hard to believe that that many people with the access we have to the internet, to YouTube, like all of these things, we're the most well-informed society that has ever lived. What is it that you think is happening where these folks still don't understand the width and depth of what the VA loan could do for their financial future? Why is it that we think people still don't get it? Because you're right.
I guess it's self-doubt. They're not asking the right questions. So it's incumbent on all of us to educate, educate, educate. You know, Matt, can tell you as well as I and many of us in senior leader positions in the military. Hey, we've got to educate anybody and everybody. If they do well, we do well, and when we do well, they do well. Because I'm not, I'm going to pass the benefits of my experience to someone else
Yeah.
because it doesn't make any sense for them to fail.
Yeah, I think what it is too is that literally, in this conversation, especially about real estate and the fact that John loves to educate them on this, right? Is the fact that the op tempo is so fast that we're living in the present and our blinders are on. And it's not until we're about to get out that our blinders actually open and the things are in our purview. Like literally, it's not there. And because people like Dina and myself and John, we can only talk to a certain amount of people until the rest of us talk at a higher level to open the blinders a little bit early. But right now, it's the mission, the op tempo. We're living in the present. What am I gonna, what's gonna happen tomorrow? Our blinders are on, and not until we're out or the friction happens do we actually open the blinders. So, like John said, how do we get them to ask questions? How do we help them self-discover? How do we ask them more questions to get them to open their blinders a little bit earlier?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's so funny. Like when you've walked the military to millionaire path, you're like, wait, this wasn't really that hard. Like
Yeah,
that's what I've realized
Right.
too. We've done it. We're net worth million at this point, not liquid million. So nobody come for me. I have no
yeah,
money stashed in the vaults. But we're at a place where we've followed the path. We've bought, a house at every duty station and kept it. And what I've realized is that it really isn't that difficult. To your point, it's just literally the difference between the education and patience,
yeah.
as you said. It's like be patient, be educated, just keep moving, and hopefully somebody ahead of you on the path will turn back and educate you on what you could have.
Yeah,
So,
the systems, the models, the tools are there.
mhm.
You know, ask the question, we'll give you the answer. If I can't find it, if I don't know the answer, I'll find someone who knows the answer. Get it
Yeah,
out there.
yeah,
I
Again, it's just a matter of getting out there. One of the things that we're leaning into for this year is getting into the transition assistance uh, uh, programs at the major installations throughout the U.S. because we've seen time and time again after the fact that there are gaps in what service members are educated on when they get out. So they
yeah.
get out, it's like, oh, I need to, I want to buy a home. How do I do it? They should never have to ask that question. But there we are.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, we're not in charge, John, so we can't make those
that's
changes.
it.
Right.
All we can do, John, is what we did today and put you in front of people. So hey, if you heard it here first from John Ford, our friend out of Manassas, VA. Hey, if you're moving to that area and you want to be educated, you want to get plugged in, he's the man. We love you all. We'll see you next time.
See you later. Thanks, John,
Thanks,
for
guys.
thanks for having us.
Yeah.